A top killer holding an M24 sniper rifle, his target this time is the elderly man in white sitting on the high-speed train. He estimated the distance to be over 2,000 kilometers, tested the wind speed, adjusted the focus and clarity, took out the only bullet from his chest. The train's speed reached 238 kilometers per hour. He must kill in one shot, with no chance for remedy. He clenched his palms, licked his finger, found the best feeling, aimed at the target near the window. Suddenly, a little girl ran over. The killer quickly adjusted the angle. The mother took the little girl away the moment the train entered the tunnel. His partner helped the killer transport the sniper rifle, praised him for his awesome shot, and worshipped him to the core. He hit the target's neck while on the moving train. This killer named Henry was not satisfied with this result. He hit the neck but aimed for the head. As he aged, his feeling was not as good as before. He decided to retire peacefully early, taking evening shifts to stay and contribute more to the country.
There was a kid, beautiful little girl, right next to him. They're from 6 inches off. She's dead. Understand?
The 72 assassinations and lives taken made Henry feel deeply uncomfortable, his soul faintly aching. Seeking peace, he went fishing by the lakeside and discovered the original cashier had been replaced. A bee disturbed him while he was talking with a beauty, and he slapped his hat on the ground. She was deathly allergic to bees, yet a short-haired and capable beauty impressed Henry with her proactive and ambitious nature, as she also intended to pursue a master's degree in marine biology. The speedboat arrived at the lake's center, where he met an old friend. He told Henry directly that, under the scorching sun, they were targeting molecular biologists, not terrorists. After 30 years in the United States, Henry discovered the archives he reviewed had been tampered with and altered. He didn't know why, and his friend unknowingly provided the person's current address and name, unaware of their intentions. At this moment, an unmanned reconnaissance drone was monitoring their every move. The State Department initially thought it was a flawless ambush, but his friend risked his life to let Henry know about their good deeds. They also learned who the informant was. Now they must eliminate Henry immediately, otherwise once Henry uncovers the reason, it will be them who die. The yacht was halfway through, and the killer's keen insight allowed him to notice that the instruments had been tampered with. He reached out and pulled out a monitor, but the woman saw the evidence and remained calm. She denied being from the State Department, and every word she spoke was flawless and impeccable. Her smile made her even more charming, making Henry doubt whether he had made a mistake. She invited him out to apologize first by giving him flowers, then produced Daniel's employment certificate from the Defense Intelligence Agency. After 25 years of service, one inevitably makes some friends, making it easy to investigate someone. With Daniel exposing his identity, the two began to open up and chat freely. As night fell, Henry's friend was assassinated on the yacht. Henry, who was sleeping soundly, was awakened by the alarm on his phone and quickly ran to the basement. He called his former partner from previous collaborations, urging him to quickly discard the phone and go to a place where no one would recognize him. Before he could say a third word, the sound of bullets whistling by was heard, but attempting to eliminate Henry was not going to be so easy. Eliminate the outside killers. Daniel is still sleeping, which means he doesn't know someone is trying to kill Henry. 2 of Henry's friends have already been killed, so the next target is Daniel. This is a training site for a private military organization collaborating with the government to execute various assassination missions. A CIA assassin is paying tribute when he realizes you've been deceived. To prevent their secrets from being exposed, they execute the Gemini plan to eliminate this assassin. But assassin Henry was already prepared. Just as the recently acquainted female associate Daniel went to get the speedboat keys, a strong gun-wielding man hijacked her to interrogate Henry's whereabouts. Don't underestimate Daniel. She possesses a beautiful exterior and impressive skills. During the fight, he couldn't handle a virtuous, delicate lady. He smashed the glass and pressed her onto the table, rubbing her. Daniel broke the strongman's fingers and countered by kicking towards his parents. By the time Henry arrived, the strongman had been subdued by Daniel, and she learned from him who planned his assassination.
You get on this boat, you're leaving behind everything and everybody you've ever known. You understand that?
On a deserted island, Henry's friend Baron arrives by helicopter to take them to his place. Such a residence should be very private and unknown to anyone, but the alert Henry sees a nimble person running outside. Quickly prepared, he immediately wakes Daniel, instructing him and the tycoon to go to a safe place while he deals with the assassin himself, one above and one below. Henry navigates through the water. Determining the direction, he fires 2 silenced shots through his clothes. Even while evading attacks and running to the car, the enemy above is too overwhelming. Henry quickly takes cover behind a stone pillar and changes his gear. Through the red star scope, he saw this person frozen in place, feeling as if he had seen a ghost. The killer drew a folding gun similar to his, but you intervened. The wind shifted to the second floor wall entrance for a sneak attack, but the killer was highly skilled, dodging the bullets and even sliding down a branch to the first floor, casually throwing a grenade. In the stairwell, Danny stared into the mirror, hoping to make the killer surrender. She hadn't killed him earlier because she seemed to see her younger self, yet the killer did not hesitate. Helpless, she could only throw her weapon, but the killer miraculously deflected him. Danny ran to the rooftop, trying to gain the advantage from above, but was shot in the stairs, nearly losing her life. Henry, one of the top killers, had never encountered such an opponent. Hijacking a motorcycle, Xiaohan Jingyi drove to the intersection, armed and waiting for the killer to come. But he didn't expect things to unfold like this on the stone lap. Alone on the highway, the killer engaged in a showdown on the embankment.
Out of the way!
At the end of the embankment, the killer leapt off the motorcycle, taking another one. He drove over the wooden bridge, pried up the front tire to block incoming bullets, and rapidly closed the distance with Henry. After pulling a few times, Henry lost his balance and fell. Before he could get up, the killer's divine dragon hundred tails slammed heavily onto him. Then came another 360-degree maneuver. By now, Henry was sore all over. The killer attacked again, jumping up and delivering a heavy blow. He stood up in time and sat on the car frame, otherwise the subordinates wouldn't have fled. The killer gave no orders, clearly determined not to give up, unleashed full power, and went directly onto the motorcycle. Took out a small knife and drove Henry to his death. The sound of whistles began, ending the massacre. Daniel preserved Henry through diplomatic means. Now they are heading to Budapest. They will find Jack's informant Yu Leng to uncover the real reason why someone wants to kill him. Familiar, the two endured the torment of gunfire together. Before this, Daniel discovered through the killer's bloodstains and hat that his DNA was identical to Henry's. This means the private military organization cloned a killer identical to Henry. Now the government has abandoned him and wants to kill him to cover things up. Such things are routine in Russia, but Henry, living in the United States, can't accept it. But he feels tired, fearful, doubtful, experiences pain, and even regrets. Their ideal video isn't perfect enough, and profits would decrease. Clay modified the genes, playing the role of God. Someone must stop him. Henry pretended to accept Daniel to return to the CIA's academy, which led the killer to take him back. The killer brought Daniel to the underground tomb's quartz chamber. He didn't intend to take Daniel away, but instead kidnapped him to kill Henry at this location. The assassin was unaware that Henry had overheard both their conversations and took control while they were caught off guard. Henry disarmed them and quickly apprehended the two, who looked so identical, it was as if he was seeing his younger and older self. Henry told the assassin the truth. It was his own Clay, not his biological adopted son. He was merely a product of DNA, a madman pulling the trigger to kill indiscriminately. Seeing the tearful little Clay, he embraced her. Attempting to flaunt his fatherly love, the group went to a secret location, only to have little Clay find them again, and also show leniency toward Danny. She wants to verify whether what Henry said is true. If it is a DNA replica, then Henry would be like himself, allergic to wind poison and would suffocate to death. Seeing Henry in pain should be correct. He administered the antidote and revealed the surgery performed 3 years ago. The Zhongqing Bureau had placed a tracking chip on his list, which is why the assassin could always find her. Like Henry, little Clay doesn't have a natural inclination to kill, and now they must unite to take down Rake. Halfway through the drive, Rake called and told little Clay to leave, prompting everyone to run swiftly.
Junior, I just want you safe.
Why? Because I'm your favorite experiment?
No, because I'm your father and you need to listen to me. Run!
Get out of the car! Go!
Their closest friend, Baron, didn't jump out of the car and left them forever, leaving no space for their sorrow. The war vehicle had already arrived at the explosion site. A masked assassin initiated killing mode against the two of them. Battle-hardened Henry knew what was about to happen. He told Daniel that the armor's weaknesses were at the seams, and that striking the eyes and neck would be most deadly, targeting one on each side.
Muzzle, discipline. Watch your round count. You set, I spike. Ready?
Roger that.
Daniel's pack has only one bullet mags. Daniel is bandaging his own wounds. Recalling their experiences vivid, their first meeting on the island, the first time Daniel's identity was revealed, the first time he smiled at her. So far, we fought side by side against enemies, better than lovers, resolved with one bullet. You're a great... My heart stirs as I sympathize with their forced use of axes against the enemy, despite near zero odds of victory. Then, mysteriously, gunshots rang out outside, one after another. It turned out that Shalkur helped them break through. Earlier, Shalkur found Reek and knocked him out, but he's still alive. This means they still have to face continuous pursuit. Using a hand signal to order the kill, Armored Assassin climbed and leapt walls. Unafraid opposed, the two joined forces but were defeated below. Every punch and kick carried strength. Skilled in close combat, they were thinner compared to the two great masters. Pattered the flames still burning on their bodies. A series of kicks knocked down one person and Henry's handler. Henry was subdued again by a 360-degree spinning kick. Continuing to fight this way would surely cause defeat. Suddenly, Daniel threw a gasoline bottle, which fell. Ayan was displeased as the assassin raised himself. Is he still human? Burning but unaware of pain. Shalkur kept reloading until he finally subdued the assassin and removed his helmet. Unexpectedly, someone who looked just like Henry, named Rake, appeared. He stepped forward to explain why he did this. Shalkur wanted to shoot Rake with his gun, but was stopped by Henry. He didn't want Shao Rake to let the nightmare torment him, so Henry dealt with Rake with a single gunshot. 6 months later, Daniel got a promotion and a raise. Henry arranged new identification for Shalkur. The three of them all began